Well, good day, listeners, viewers, and welcome to the US-based Focus on Liberia online television network. We are live from downtown Monrovia. Earlier on, we're in Painesville, and we are just crisscrossing on today. And so we are currently downtown Monrovia. We've come to speak with Liberians about the just ended match between Bafana of South Africa and the Lone Star of Liberia. Before going in detail, let me just give you the history between the two teams. The two teams have met 4 times. The first meeting was in 2000, December 16. Liberia lost to South Africa 2-1. The second was in 2001, June 3. Liberia settled to a 1-1 draw against South Africa. The third one was recently in South Africa, March 28, 2023. March 24, 2023. The two teams settled to a 2-2 draw. And then the fourth meeting was quite recently on Tuesday of this week. Liberia lost to South Africa 2-1. So that means South Africa is ahead of Liberia in terms of the record. And so today we are here to sample the views of Liberians regarding the just ended Liberia versus South Africa AFCON qualifying series. What do Liberians think about the defeat? What are some of the factors that led to our defeat? These are questions we'll be asking very shortly as we interact with Liberians here in Central Monrovia. Once again, good evening. It's a cool weather, nice, the breeze is whistling all across. And of course, I'd love to say welcome to just wherever you are joining us, whatever you're doing. Welcome to the US-based Focus on Liberia online television. Well, there have been suggestions that the national team withdraw from all international competition and prepare adequately. Do you agree, disagree? What do you think are some of the factors responsible for Lone Star's defeat to South Africa at home? Well, we want to know from you Liberians who are here to just respond. So the very first gentleman is just right before our camera. We're talking sports on today. Good evening, welcome, how are you? Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. I'm Veteran Theo Williams.
What is the name, sir?
Yeah, I'm probably new as Robert Political Slaughter Ibrahimovic.
I'm sure you follow the Lone Star South Africa match. Lone Star lost 2-1 at home against Bafana. What do you think went wrong? What actually happened?
I did not want to follow it. I was there, I witnessed it live.
Oh, you were on the field?
I was on the field, I shared the Lone Star thing. And firstly, let me extend my thanks and appreciation to His Excellency Dr. George Manangwea, President of the Republic of Liberia, who motivated the players in South Africa, wanted to promise them $50,000. He gave it to them on the eve of the game, for which our tip by the coach in Boulevard Party where they were launching. I went there to see the chief, see the check. And let me appreciate him for motivating them by when they win a game, you have given them $100,000 and other things, other Liberians who promised them other things. So that clearly tells you that the issues of support why I've been here over the period of time, the guys didn't get the support.
What do you think led to the defeat of Lone Star?
We're coming there.
Let's go to the issue.
We're coming there.
In the queue.
What I think led to the defeat of Liberia is lack of coordination. One.
Lack of coordination.
Lack of coordination on the part of the Liberian national team. The guys haven't been ready, having time to play together. They know each other. They different playing different leagues, some local pay, some international pay. They used to each other. So to coordinate, it can't be because you have game 2 months before, and you know they come together. These guys in South Africa, guys have been playing together. You know the South African leagues. The guys that men have been together. South African team have been built. They have been built. They have been playing together. And second is experience. Experience is one of the major factors. Look at the record. Look at the record of South Africa against Liberia. The guys have huge record. So record plays and the experience wise. The guys have been coordinating all the two of them. But actually we have a beautiful team. We have a fine, youthful team. I trust the team. I trust everyone in the team. I trust the coach. The coach is very experienced. The coach is very focused. And I think when we continue with it at the team, we will have a good future team.
In 2016, honor former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, Liberia ranked 101 in the FIFA ranking. Now honor our President we are the world best, Europe best, Africa best. In 2022, Liberia ranked 150. Is that a reflection of President Weah, you think?
Lead the politics side, boy.
You mentioned President Weah, that's what I'm asking.
No, lead the politics. I mentioned President Weah. No, if anyone had done it, I would have appreciated her. If it were anybody town, if it was back at town, I would have appreciated it if they do so. So I would really appreciate you when your platform has to make money. And I appreciate other people, not only Josh Rihanna. I appreciate other Liberians that play the support. Let's take the politics off. What up, man, Sirleaf time? Liberia will rank 116, as you said. But if man, Sirleaf time, our national standard was not up to standard. Care to mention that. Our standard was not up to standard. On a George Rihanna.
When you say up to standard, what do you mean?
Oh no, we talk about it.
You mean the SKD?
The SKD were not up to standard. No, lead the boundary. FIFA has is every year. FIFA comes away some recommendations as you the fee in Africa and the standard of the fee in the world. FIFA has a jurisdiction. On a George Rihanna, see the modification, the beautification of the fee. Go there. They are improving the games.
Finally, do you think Liberia stand a chance to qualify?
No.
To go to La Côte d'Ivoire?
No. My advice to Liberia and the national team is, as the other people recommending, to stay away from all international matches and prepare and maintain this team, prepare ourselves to get adjusted to each other, play some friendly matches, maybe after 2, 3, 4, 5 years, they can recalibrate and come together. Because man, the issue of losing South Africa should not be a breakdown. You have no record winning South Africa.
Okay.
You have no record winning South Africa.
Thank you very much.
I'm appreciate the players. They play their best. They play what they have done. Nothing extra they were done. Except what they have done. If you use me for Liberia to be naming cars, you discourage the players. You discourage the players. Look at Puzé. Puzé was flopped by who? Morocco. Also, are you telling me Morocco more up to standard in terms of everything in Puzé? Are you telling me in the history of football, Morocco is more than Puzé? No, but football is a game of. It has its own way of performances and other things. So I'm appreciate the Liberia national team. They are very useful, they are very determined, but the only thing they need some level of time to spend together, to practice more, to understand each other, to coordinate. So I'm appreciating you for the platform giving me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very kindly. Liberians are speaking. Another gentleman is just right before our camera. A pleasant good evening. Welcome to the US-based Focus on Liberia online television network. Liberia has failed to qualify for the Nations Cup since 2002. What do you think is responsible and what needs to be done?
Thank you very much. My name is Spring BCC. The only thing I've seen that Liberia need to go through the all out because our national teams, sometimes our coaches are not paying attention in the sense that the teachers of coaches are not paying the necessary coach for the players. And so all the coaches now we get for the national teams, they are all money trader coaches. So because of the money business, every coaches that will play the coach as like a national team coach, they are doing who know it, they will do that money. Players who come from outside there, they bring in, they get a small money, they start. So for me,
how did you know that?
Sarah's not happy. Even other coaches there, their principal with there. We recently were coaching as assistant coach to the white men. People were 25 onto that. Principal with there. when you come from outside, you want to take small money from you until they go and carry you. Other players that want to do it. So the only thing is that we just need to put him together. You see, Keita is a young coach who coached us before. He serves the coach, he was coaching the under 17 teams, Liberia under 17 national teams. He's a far coach. We the Liberians, we just have we the Liberians, we need to have a patience. We are not patient money. We are not patient money when it comes to Liberia. Football team, not Jersey teams. That exact.
How are you blaming the coach?
No, not for me. I don't blame the coach. Reason is very simple. Coach Keita is a good coach. We just need to turn that over Coach Keita. For the defeat of Lone Star teams are playing the goalkeeper. Because what I'm saying, I'm being the goalkeeper.
Tommy Sango.
Tommy Sango, even before us as South Africa came with George Tutu, we saw the lack of mistake of Tommy Sango. And he apologized to the Liberian people that he will be so confident. Tommy Sango, the goalkeeper, he has confidence in him. He has so confidence in Tommy Sango. For the players there, the new coach Keita put together for me, because the players are not bad. They're all young people, they're all featured people, young people to bring Liberia a forward. So the only thing we need with the Liberian will be very patient money.
But Coach Keita continued to express explicit confidence in Tommy Sango. How do you reconcile that?
Yeah, who told us was they one time were on the field, but I wanted the national team sharing squad were dead. And I even to start Tommy Sango. Tommy Sango put the guy in the dressing room for almost 5 to 10 minutes. The people are going to dressing room, to start Tommy Sango. So they defeat. Also, I will bring Coach Keita because in a sense that when you saw the mistake that Tommy did, and Tommy can't do the same mistake, so all the players will go home because he has a fight in the Liberia national team. So the defeat of Liberia is not only about the player, but the goalkeeper meaning.
Do you think Liberia still have a chance to qualify?
No, absolutely no. Liberia don't have. This was the only change just to beat South Africa to qualify Africa. Even the yourself or no, hell will carry on. So for Liberia to qualify, there's another chance to beat Morocco. And even beat Morocco 10-0, 1,000. Liberia can qualify Africa. There's our only hope in our own soul to beat South Africa. To go Africa. Africa is right there on there, right there on here. So that was an opportunity for Liberia, for we in Liberia to be our third turn to go Africa. So the opportunity for all because we Liberian Africa share the polo. So some all get an opportunity to go Africa and share with Liberia national team.
Are you disappointed?
I'm so disappointed. Very, very disappointed with Liberia national team.
Your name again?
My name is Prince BCC.
Thank you, Prince. It was a pleasure. Liberians are speaking to the defeat of the Lone Star of Liberia. Liberia lost to South Africa 2-1 on Tuesday of this week. This allowing the team to advance to the next stage of the competition. Let's talk to another gentleman here who is just right before our camera. Good evening, welcome, how are you? Thanks for joining us today.
I'm fine.
What is the name, sir?
By identity, I'm Alfred Momogandaka Kuma.
Kuma, how are you today?
Fine.
Liberia failed to defeat South Africa on home soil. What do you think went wrong?
What is responsible for our defeat is lack of financial support. And also a transfer curse that has been transferred on the Lone Star, and that curse has been placed on Okonwuya, so it has been transferred on the Lone Star. Because there's a saying that says, what goes around, comes around. You can remember, we're talking about financial support. President Okonwuya, wife there, she carried 1.8 million. 2018, her budget was 1.8 million. 2019, her budget was 1.9 million. 2021, her budget was 1.7 million. Lone Star budget, under Opon presidency, Lone Star budget are always been from 700,000, 500,000, 600,000. Do you expect them to perform a miracle? Unless you know somebody making an arcade analysis that the fault was the goalkeeper. You gave the goalkeeper $100 US. So the goalkeeper was doing $100 way. The $100 way you are doing.
Who told you that?
I will see for myself.
What did you
will see for myself. I watched the game, I saw the game, and I accept everything that's
happening. I think you're being too political here.
No, it's not about being political. It's about being factual and honest. What we're seeing here is that you cannot put less money in the Lone Star than you expect victory. Open wide, look at the money she carrying. Single person, 1.8 million. A budget here. Lone Star is the government property. It's a nation thing. For you to spend money on the team, then you go get 700,000. The goalkeeper received $100 US. So the goalkeeper, what he did, it was $100 way. So we are seeing if the president, if Oponbuya cannot support the team more than that. In fact, I told you it was a transfer curse. This Oponbuya,
do you think we still have a chance of qualifying?
This Oponbuya was not in power when Taylor was there.
President
Oponbuya. President Oponbuya was not there when Charles Taylor was there. Taylor was spending money. President Oponbuya said Taylor did not spend 1 cent. He was spending money. Today he's there, he's not spending 1 cent on the team. Saying King of Power, Lunsa never win game. Lunsa never qualify for any tournament. Every time they beat Lunsa or Lunsa draw. Take the history of saying King of Power. Lunsa never won anything.
Do you think we still have a chance to qualify?
Where you will qualify? What place you get to qualify?
We can still go to
somebody know that.
we can still go to Articles.
You know that somebody to qualify. The only opportunity you get to be South Africa here. You lost that opportunity in the midst of no. Lunsa is far away being from qualifying, and you will not qualify. The football under Opon, we are as president of the country. Lunsa will not go nowhere
So you're
until
the
defeat is on the government. That was support until they can change their attitude. All the millions that they are stealing, Opon and followers that are stealing, they can stop and support the Lunsa. And anything for not supporting the Lunsa, you will not win anything. You will not qualify for any tournament. And I want to say here, categorically clear, that the Lunsa under President Oponbuya is a third football, male football club. It's not celebrated on planet Earth, and the assault, we should erase them from the map.
Thank you. Alfred Momokanaka Kroma, thank you so kindly. Let's talk to another big brother here. As someone who follows soccer to a greater extent. Good evening. It's a pleasure to have you on our network. How are you today?
Thank you very much. I'm so excited to be live on your coverage.
Liberia lost to South Africa on home soil, 2-1. What do you think went wrong? Do we still have the chance to qualify?
Well, I think it's football. Liberia did surprise the world by forcing South Africa to a 2-2 draw away.
Okay.
And quite unfortunate for us, we got defeated home by South Africa. So it's part of the game. You know, one who prepared better than the other can take the day. I think the Lone Star team today is a bit better than yesterday because Lone Star is in dominance of the young people. If you look at the entire team, the team is considered as an emerging team. And so we should not expect more from them too soon. You know, many people want to politicize football and drive football.
How long should we say that? An emerging team? We've heard that, Liberians have heard that term with a number. For how long should we continue to say that?
But Liberia will not be the first. We witnessed Ghana, we witnessed Africa, we witnessed other countries who took over 10 years, you know, to prepare a nation team. It's a process. The George Weah 11 was not the George Weah 11 of 2000. The George Weah 11 was the George Weah 11 of the 80s. It took time. When our domestic league was as compared to other countries, when our domestic league was making more progress, it developed the national team as well. Like today, we have a lot of challenges in our domestic league. So gradually, until we get there, our national team will be strengthened. All we need is the time. It doesn't matter how long, but how well. So I don't want Liberians to expect so soon. You know, I listen to a lot of them want to politicize football. Football can be politicized.
So that means you did not anticipate a win for Liberia this on Tuesday?
No, I had a conviction to believe that Liberia are going to beat South Africa. For the fact that we forced South Africa to a 2-2 draw. But again, the result came so disappointing and nothing I can do about it. All I can say is that let us not be discouraged. Let's support the team. If possible, our next game we can come off the 3 points. Nothing is impossible. So I don't want Liberians to be so frustrated.
If you play against Morocco, a better side.
I mean, the best team for the day take the lead.
They defeated Brazil quite recently, 2-1.
But Brazil themselves have been defeated by Onondaga. It's just football. Nothing is impossible. And so what I want Liberians to do is to amalgamate the forces to support the national team. And let us not be discouraged. Because any attempt to be discouraged will lead to us being a failure. Let's keep the courage. Lone Star can come up with 3 points. I'm of the conviction.
Finally, in 2016, former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, Liberia ranked 101 in FIFA ranking. Now on the former world best, the former European best, African best. In this recent era, Liberia ranked 150 on a former soccer legend George Weah. Is that a reflection of President Weah, you think?
I'm saying the same old thing. Avoid politics for sport. Honor Madam Sirleaf, we performed to some extent because by then we were still using the very old players. But then we were still doing things that were into the George Weah, Hilary scenario. But today we said no, let's do away with old player on the average and let's bring the young player. That prioritize our counter mid player to some extent. So the dynamics is different from yesterday. So when we declining, does that mean that it's a negative attribute to George Weah? George Weah is out. All he's doing is to ensure that Liberia take part in every international tournament. And he has not deviated from that. So how can we attribute the negligence of the team on the president? I think all we can do is to call on the president to double his support, to call on the Liberian people to be more vigorous in supporting the national team, to not be discouraged. And we can even go better than the days of Ellie if the national team is fully supported spiritually, whatever means. Liberia could bounce back better than before. It's football. Anything can happen. Look at what happened to Barcelona. Anything can happen. We watch it around the world. Let's treat sport as sport and let's go to politics as politics.
Okay.
Let us not mix sport with politics.
Thank you.
It's quite unfortunate.
Thank you very kindly.
It's a pleasure once again.
Thank you. Thank you. Liberians are speaking to the recent defeat of the national team, the nation's pride, George the Lone Star. Gentlemen, can we take your views? And of course, we are just right here in Central Town. We've come to hear from Liberians as to what actually went wrong in their mind, what actually led to the defeat of the senior national team of Liberia, the Lone Star. Liberians turned out in their numbers to support the pride and joy of the country, the Lone Star. But unfortunately, they came home in a very disappointed manner. So we're asking a few questions. What do you think was the cause of Lone Star defeat? What needs to be done to improve the team? If you think the team is not up to standard? And how can we fix the national team? Is it about early preparation? Is it about funding? What do you think? Let's get your views to just end the defeat. Let's talk to our father here. How are you? Welcome. How are you talking about? What's the take about Lone Star defeat? What do you think? What went wrong?
I'm not people that again play some time. Yeah. What you expect you to play, you can be your opposite side. Football team. I have to play. The only thing I'll bring Keita. I'll bring Coach Keita.
You bring Coach Keita?
Yes.
Why?
Entrepreneur, or the defender kill again. Because the two defenders, they're not really playing as a team. They're not playing as a team where they fight a foe. So I can bring support for what happened in that game. Because the four have cut their attack. The fight a foe was standing there when they flip the ball, sending support over the ball. After they hit the ball, the five there will take the ball off. The four can be robbed and the five be robbed. One day will be popular. The two will lag off everything. Two will lag off everything. Monsieur, so we need to take and the men to do that, Keita to do that. She calls the men when you play as a defender. One should be robbed and one should be took off.
Do you think we still have the chance to qualify? Do you think it's possible?
Maybe I have football.
Our next game again is against Morocco.
We're going to win. It depends on who wins.
How many goals do you think, AV?
If you don't want to say I'm going to win.
All right. Thank you so much. Let's talk to another gentleman here. We're still soliciting the views of Liberians as to what they think went wrong or what led to the defeat of Lone Star to South Africa on home soil. Good evening, how are you? It's a pleasure, good to have you. Thanks for joining us. What is the name, sir?
I'm Gaga, here from District 8.
Liberia lost recently to South Africa. The first leg we drew 2-2. The second leg we lost to South Africa 2-1 on home soil. What do you think went wrong?
First thing first, I would say, tell the Almighty God, thank you. Stand before the interview. First thing first, I would say, the players, the government have to pay attention to the team. You know, in anything that you're doing, when you now get back in, always you can't go the right way. The team also have to pay attention. In love, when you decide to do things to with your mom, when you're not doing anything with your mom, you can't get a good result. So the player, for me, I will the player to be a player. Because the players need to put themselves, they need to put themselves in the team. Always the team always happening to us. Because they are not going to be, let's say they don't want to be, they don't want to be, let's say they don't want to go by fast. The coach also when the player have to make their mom on the team whenever they get to the team. Look at this rich, the crucial area. Of course the government did that, but they do this what they do that on a part. Because today, like only Liberia, maybe someone is thinking of some of the African countries like Guinea, Sierra Leone, Pioneer, African pioneer, how they make themselves today find themselves through their country team, their effort they made there. But the players mostly they bluff. After the game, you see them all in the shop there drinking. As soon as they release, people start pressing on, they come in all, they pull their ear, plait their hair, transfer to their butt. And you don't do that. When you decide to do things, we are waiting hard. When you decide to say, oh, I decide to be player to succeed, focus your mind. Think about leave other things then. Yes. So I would say I will ask the government to pay more attention to the team and the players too. They should listen to the coach. That tomorrow, next time we can all see ourselves going far.
Okay. Thank you. Your name again?
Yes, Mr. Kaka.
Thank you, Mr. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Well, Liberians are speaking to the defeat of the senior national team, the Lone Star of Liberia. And so we are still downtown speaking with Liberians. Another big brother is here. Good evening. It's a pleasure. Good to have you on. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me on the show.
What is your name, sir?
I'm Ike Washington Bro Jr.
Do you think we still have a chance to qualify?
When having to qualify, I don't see the chance there. The reason being is that the only chance we had, we did not make use of the chance. You did not neutralize the chance. And the next club or country you're going to play, they get from Morocco. Morocco, you saw what they did in the just ended World Cup. After they reached, Morocco team well prepared. That is why they went to semi-final in the just ended World Cup. All right? And then we cannot defeat the Moroccan national team. Morocco has a better side. And
we don't have the caliber of players. We don't have the tactics.
Not the caliber of players. You can have a small player and a small player come together as a team collectively. They can beat a bigger team. I have big style. So you know that. But what led to our defeat? What led to our defeat is that poor preparation. Appropriate preparation was not made. Let me ask you a question, or all the Liberians are listening to me. The national team, those that headed the team, from the youth and sport, even the coach, you receive your zonal feature that you are in zone with students of country. Do we have any test for the international matches? You saw Guinea. Guinea have a better side. So Mali, right here. You have test matches before going into your league to go and play. You should have test matches. Find the test matches, either one or two, to see the capability of your team.
right.
You don't just get up and go and play Morocco and go and play South Africa. Bafana of South Africa is a big team. They have a big team record over us. All right? Talking about Morocco, they are more than you. But do you have any formal test matches? Even if you have one test match against another country, then you will know the placement of the coach will know the placement of players, how to draw a team. But you don't have any test match, nothing. You just get up and go and play. So all of these factors led to our defeat. You were second place. Now you lost the only opportunity we had. If you had a draw match with South Africa, they put you in the Java Sea to at least battle Morocco. But surprisingly, we were disheartened. After we went on the field, there's a lot of Liberians waiting to cheer for you. The keeper very poor. You cannot blame the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper did well. You cannot blame the defender. You also blame the technical staff. They ever wrote and said, oh, we want to have this. Now on the money. You right, say, look, I want to have a test match or one or two. You don't have a put blame on the president. The youth and sports. Even the coach that suggests, oh, I want to play so and so team or country for a test match. Nothing was done. So poor preparation defeated us. So as a coach, and then we played the game before that time, I Washington Bro once more.
Thank you, Mr. Bro. It was a pleasure.
Thank you too.
Which team did you play for in fact?
Well, I play both. I play for secondary style, the second division level, and I play basketball in this country. And I've trained as a coach for the high school. I teach high school for good 17 years as a coach and a teacher there for good 17 years. And I won a lot of trophies.
Okay.
And besides that, I coach other local teams, the third division teams. All right, when it comes to football, okay, it is basketball, so I know much about the game.
Thank you.
That's right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
Well, we still hear something the views of Liberians. We still hear something the views of Liberians regarding the just ended Lone Star match. Lone Star lost to South Africa 2-1 in Monrovia, and that game disappointed thousands of Liberians who trooped at the Samarkand Sports Complex to cheer the team. But before me is another gentleman who has been patiently waiting. Good evening, how are you? It's a pleasure, good to have you on our network.
Thank you.
What is the name, sir?
Okay, my name is Henson Kolo.
Henson, what do you think went wrong with Lone Star against South Africa? Even though we drew 2-goal apiece with the South Africans in their home, back home, we did not secure a win as anticipated. What do you think went wrong?
Okay, the match between South Africa and Liberia, by the play in Liberia here, my observation tells me that it's around politics. It's yes, more politicians involved themselves, those who not know about sport. They take themselves to be those who love sport. My observation tells me also the president of our country, he wants a world player. Yes. So my advice to him, he shouldn't embark on those things called politics to link with our team, our national team. When team coming from out of Liberia.
You think the team is politically driven?
Yeah, politically driven. Yeah. So my advice to our president need to put stop to those things that are happening, those politicians linking themselves with our national team, where they never know anything about sport. So my advice, he knows very well during the time the President Do, the late President Do, how he hold on Lone Star, and Jawea himself enjoyed the privilege, and Lone Star players also enjoy the privilege. what comes around today, in a time, Nusa going to defeat all of the time. Our award is let's say is deal well. I think that the award we been getting and sent doing a thing. So my advice to he has to work. He has to work out of team. What's the cost? Is that scarcity income to the team where they are not getting the priority of sports? What goes wrong? I don't know. But my advice is let him do away with all politics, with all politicians.
All right.
Let Liberia Lone Star go back to where it was.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's talk to Moswara County Senatorial aspirant Musa Dole. Dole, good evening. Welcome. How are you today?
Well, thank you very much. It is a pleasure being with you this evening.
Lone Star lost to South Africa 2-1 on home floor. What do you think went wrong?
Oh, sincerely speaking, we have a very good team. Lone Star is good. You know, Lone Star have the players. But what we need to do is that we need to embark on building a program. Sincerely speaking, like we have the retrospect from the past. What President Samuel Doe did, you know, we need to build a new team. We can't depend on the current team now. Like the guys from the current or the past can't leave.
Dole, how long should we build a new team? For how long? Liberians have heard this thing for quite a long time now. How long should we take to build a new thing?
We have not invested into building a new team. What been happening is that the few guys who got up there, we just send for them, you know, they kind of play to go back. But even our national team, our national league, we need to resuscitate our national league. I saw the national league in the 80s, in the early 90s, you know, when I and Barrow played, St. Joseph Warrior played, Bame played, you know. So we need to resuscitate our national league to make it vibrant, to make it more stronger. Then from there we'll be able to get the new team from there. But if we just focus on getting few players from abroad, get the other men from here and there, come and play. We have players, but we don't have teams. So we need to get involved with our sports and development programs in the country. We need to, the under 17, you know, IE and Barrow, now in Liberia, when they have Real Madrid, you know, Barcelona. You talk about Bayern Munich, you hear about Manchester United. We can no longer hear about IE Barrow, you know, Sparrow. We can no longer hear about Bame, you know, St. Joseph Warrior.
I'm nowhere.
Yeah, I'm nowhere. So we need to reinvest into our football team, our local team. Then we get the actual result. What President Samuel Doe did was that he invited other foreign players from the Ivory Coast, you know, from Amadou Bangura from Guinea, Nascimento from Brazil. All the guys are playing in our league here. Our league used to be looking like the league in Europe and the high court of South America. So if we can rebuild our league, reinvest into the national league, and then recruit our players, send our players abroad. Yeah, President Samuel Doe did send the entire national team to Brazil to train for some time. We can also send our team to Argentina, even to Spain or England to practice, you know, for 1, 2, 3 months, you know, continental wide. You got to understand that we have a better team. Okay. We got players, but we don't have team. So we need to reinvest into our sporting activities, into our sporting program. We don't have programs, but we have players. Okay, so once you don't have programs, your team will not perform.
Musa Dole, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Wish you well as you campaign.
Thank you. And when I go at the Liberian Senate, I will ensure that we invest into sports and sports and development. We invest into sporting play, into the national team. We ensure that our sporting activity will improve in the country.
That is on the record.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Musa Dole. Thank you, Musa Dole. Well, we'll be winding down very shortly, but let me take another big brother here. Good evening, how are you? Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm Edward Zigo Morgan, the former team manager of Bomi County.
Zico, good to have you on this evening. Liberia lost to South Africa on home soil 2-1, even though she drew with the South Africans in their home in South Africa 2-all. What do you think went wrong?
Football is everything. Is about preparation. You prepare in football. People who do the preparation take the days. So what I'd like to recommend to central government, especially the chief of patron of sport, His Excellency Dr. George Manewia, he should love it to red FIFA that we should suspend the national team, that would build team. When this thing happened, people went up. When they went to witness the game, they saw a lot of blunder. A guy who was a Sami, he said, but Zigo Morgan would prefer the goalkeeper or Lima or Lofa than this young guy, because they are killing our dream. They need a lot of fun houses. They sleep in hotels. They rob plane. So this is a recommendation going to the president or to the FA. Let's suspend this national team and bring people who are about 17, 18, 19. The president have that lobbying power. We can send for in England, we send for in Brazil, we send for in France, we send for in Germany. In 2 years to come, we'll have a good team.
You think there's a need to increase the budget for sports? Support to the national team?
It's good for you to fund the budget, because now other people are getting, when you go all of ministry, people are having money, but when you come to the youth and sport, you come to the sport department, they have nothing. Other countries are using 10 million. Other countries are using 10 million. Other countries are using 5 million. But Liberia, when you check our sport budget, we don't have nothing. But football is all about preparation. I think preparation is the best. You are prepared. At that time, when you say, oh, football, and you know what? One of the things that is hammering in Liberian football, we have no agent. All our countries send that people up there to go in agent school, in the league, in the Norwegian league, in the American league, in the Vera league. They will come and recruit people. I tell you for free, if you compare the goalkeeper from Lima and you compare the goalkeeper from Lova, they do much better than the keeper. This man, Abraham Keita, Coach Keita, is a good coach. I watched somebody play. He sat under a water with a Bamune coach who was in Germany half of his play. He's a good coach. Let's get rid of these guys. And most of these guys that come to play, they are not playing good football. They're not prepared, and football is not a match. Football is not a match. If we prepare, we're green. But let Red FIFA or let Red and the global world that are controlling football, that we love it, we send out about 50 our players in different countries in the football academy. When after 2 or 3 years, okay, that bro will have a better team.
All right.
Thank you for you following me in the town.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you on this network.
You're welcome.
All right, I think this will be the final, gentlemen. Let's hear from you. Good evening. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
How are you? What is the name?
Good evening. My name is James K. Wright, Liberians.
All right, James. In 2016, under President Salif, Liberia ranked 101 at the level of FIFA. Now, on our world best, the Europe best, Africa best, Liberia is at 150. Is this a reflection of President Weah, you think?
Thank you very much. You know, every one of us looking at the president. But for me, I don't blame the president, because it is not the president that on the pitch playing the game. It is the players themselves. Number one thing I will talk on here is that our players, the very league they play in, are not up to standard. One of the major problems of our players, some of them have not played before, even up to 1,000 spectators on the field. So some of them, when they come, when they play, even more than 35,000 human beings, some of them like phobia enter into them until they will not play what they really know. So we need to design program that will take our players from here and carry them into a country where football is ringing bell. Now where football, even when they're talking about playing World Cup qualification, you don't hear about them.
You think there's a need to increase the sports budget?
Oh, of course, this is necessary to increase our sport budget. it will be necessary for us. And again, we have goalkeeper deficit. Seriously.
You think Tommy Sango is not good
Tommy
enough?
Sango is not qualified at all to even sit on loose star bench.
You think he's the problem?
He is a complete problem. There is no attempt or Tommy Sango will make on the ball. It will be correct.
Coach Ansu Keita continued to express explicit confidence in Sango.
And this is where I have problem with the coach. We agree you are the coach, but equally so they have other people that play the game, they have other people that did not play the game, but they follow football. They know the game, they understand the game. When you continue using one person and giving you the wrong result, try the other person. Tommy Sango have frustrated Oya on so many occasions. In crucial game, he did it to Oya in Togo game when we were leading Togo 2-0. In this only 5 minutes, 15 minutes for Liberia to go in the Nation Cup. Tommy Sango again denied us that opportunity. When he took Puepo, 2 different times in the same era, and the Togolese players scored on him. You see, we were frustrated. Someone lost our property on our feet. 2 jubilation. We now felt it until when we went equal with Togo, we start regretting our property we lost on the field.
Okay.
But he said you will continue using it. This is when you will face problem with us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Your name again?
My name is James K. Wright.
Thank you, James. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you very much.
Well, we want to wind down at this point. Thank you ever so much for being with us. We've been here sampling the views of Liberians with regards to the just ended defeat of the national pride and joy, the Lone Star of Liberia. Liberia lost to the boys from South Africa, Bafana. 2 goals to 1 on home soil. The first leg ended 2-goal apiece, and many have said the chances of Liberia to qualify is slim. It's going to be difficult. But however, whatever the case is, we want to see how it's going to play out in the final analysis. But a friend of mine said to me, say, hey Tio, let me say this to you. He said to me, you will not give your wife $500 Liberian and tell her to cook you rich pan butter. Rich pan butter, you want to see the crab in it, you want to see the lobsters, you want to see chicken, you want to see fish, you want to see the naple, the boni, and everything in it. That makes her rich. And so you can't get your wife $500 Liberian and expect her to cook you a rich pan butter. In other words, he said to me, football is the game of preparation. And so he said to me, Liberia needs to prepare adequately if the national team will go places. We need to prepare adequately. And so on that note, I want to wind down this live interview here in Central Monrovia. It's been a great time here interacting with Liberians with regards to the Lone Star defeat on Tuesday of this week. Thanks to all of you who participated. Thanks for being on. Thanks to the entire team there in the US. Thanks to our able head of operations, Mr. Anthony here, who is on vacation. Thanks to our indefatigable and wonderful CEO, Mr. Dennis Jar, the man who's always on my back to do what is right. He's always checking on me. Hey, you have to wake up. Let's go. You have to get the job done. So thanks to you, CEO Dennis Jar. Thank you ever so much. And thanks to all members of the Focus on Liberia team across the world. For and on behalf of the team, my name is Theo Williams. Thanking you ever so much. Have yourselves a great day from the nation's capital, Monrovia. Goodbye.